beautiful people out there. Sipping your drink there with some vodka in there?
Ah,
Nice.
okay. How are you folks doing? Oh, Cameron's over here. Go right ahead.
That's some strong vodka. That's Ciroc right there. Welcome. Ciroc should be a sponsor, but we should maybe see if they can. I just said their name, so they should just go ahead and send us a check. Maybe
Oh, really?
They
Oh,
should,
good,
like,
good.
At least a few grand.
Make sure she spells my name right.
Yeah.
J. Rome Lee Brown.
Indie film screenings. We're here broadcasting to all you lovely people out there. You look beautiful. You look great. I can see you through the camera, and you're lovely. But this is Stefan J. Davis, and this is Jerome Lee Brown over here.
Jerome Lee Brown. Correct. Ask me again, I knock you down.
Let's get ready to
Stefan, I don't know.
Now you have, this is starting to be a trend with you with your shirts. You have another interesting shirt on.
Yeah, this one is Wake Up, Be Great, Repeat. It is available actually for sale too.
Really?
But it's my
you sell
own.
all your clothes you wear?
You want this shirt right here? I'll take it on my back.
Okay.
No, it's a personalized one I came up with. I created just mostly for myself, but I could, if somebody wanted to buy one, I could.
Okay.
Arrange
Yeah.
that though, yeah. But I just had this great idea, like, man, I want to make a shirt that says like "Wake Up, Be Great, Repeat." So I did it. That's how you gotta be.
I have some dirty socks that you guys out there want to buy. Let me know. I'd be happy to put them on eBay for you. You can buy them. Stefan is selling his clothes. And
Yeah. So if you want to buy anything,
small
my
feet.
jeans, shoes, watch, whatever you want to buy, just let me know. Everything's for sale around here.
Nothing wrong with that. Got to make a buck doing something. Lord knows we're not doing it on this show. Anyway.
Indie film screenings. We are here speaking with you about another film. This one is it's not really the right time for it technically because it's Christmas based and we're far from Christmas. Although before you know it will be Christmas. That's so crazy how time flies.
Not too far.
So it's like we're like summertime, but then people are already starting to buy Christmas gifts because before you know it, it's time for Christmas once again. So this one's called Holiday Lies. And the one thing I will give them though, I do like the concept. I don't know if it was worth making a whole movie around it, but it is something that always has fascinated me is how you want to tell kids not to lie and blah, 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 blah. But then you turn around as a parent and say, oh, yeah, Santa Claus is real. But, oh, yeah, he's going to bring you some gifts. And, and the Easter Bunny's real, Tooth Fairy. This is all about Christmas and the lie being told to kids about Santa Claus. So if you're a young kid or if you're watching this with a young kid still believes in Santa Claus, I apologize that I had just ruined that for you. Probably should have made a little disclaimer before that to let people know that if you're watching this with small kids that still believe in Santa Claus, turn it off.
And they had some problems with some other people in the family too. It seemed like there was problems
there was
with
a lot of
everybody has
dynamics
issues.
there.
Has issues with going on in their lifestyle.
I think most of it's just that woman though. Yeah, I mean she was like, "Are we allowed to swear on this?"
We can. I mean, we haven't had any rating problems. What the hell?
Don't give me that sad face stuff, young lady. You are busted. You look at me when I'm talking to you. What did I tell you about lying?
Because I mean, I guess you would define her as a bitch. I mean, the way that it was portrayed in this movie, like she was supposed to be basically like a bitch almost. Seemed like, but maybe she wasn't supposed to be. I don't know. But that's the way it came off to me. So I'll back up a little bit though. Some things I like about the shots. There was something just early in the beginning. There was like a little transition shot, like a slider type of shot from the GIF over to I don't know, maybe the nanny person or something. But that shot was cool. I didn't understand why they was in color first though, and then transitioned into black and white, and then the whole film was black and white. I didn't really. I felt like it could have probably just been in color. Really, I don't know why they made that choice to go black and white, but they did. I think I would have preferred to see it in color, unless it was like a subliminal thing or like a indirect way of saying because the couple in the movie they were a mixed couple. So the woman was black and the guy was white. And so maybe that was why the movie was black and white. I don't know.
I think the guy name was
I could be reaching
Kenny. I think he played
Kenny.
Kenny.
Oh, the real dude, the actor.
What actor name? Well, the person who played that character in the movie name was Kenny.
Kenny, okay. Because his name in the movie,
his last name was I can't pronounce it.
Was it Santiago or something?
Santiago, that's what it was.
Okay.
Santiago's.
Well, technically he's not fully white. I forget.
Well, he's Hispanic, Mexico,
something
like that, something in that area.
But they portrayed as white though. He was in the movie. He was supposed to be white. You know, they made references to him being white.
Yeah.
So and I forget the name in the movie was something weird. Odin? No, her name was like Oval. His name was a really silly name. What was his name? Bernard or something?
Bernard sounds familiar.
Maybe.
See, we don't have our little cheat note on the screen here. We can look at the screen. We have some technical problems.
Yeah, I made some notes on my phone about the
but in all the way around, the film itself was all done in black and white. I'm a fan of a black and white film. I like black and white film if it's done in a nice, modern, way. You particularly
doing it just for the sake of doing it, I don't agree with. Sometimes people do it because their color correction is bad. Like maybe they shot it and they didn't know what they were doing. They lit it wrong, so they might use black and white just to kind of cover up all those mistakes they made possibly. So I'm not sure if that was the case for this one, or if they just, like I say, maybe had some artistic vision. Like, let's make this black and white. It didn't fit to me, but besides what I said, maybe it was like she's black, he's white. They had a theme really running through the whole show or the whole movie rather, about this whole black and white thing going on and stuff, and there was one reference where they were kind of doing a flashback. Oh wait, let me say this. Now this part really bothered me. I can't lie.
Something bothered you?
I'm trying to be not. Yeah. The one thing I did not like was the narration. The narration in it just did not fit. I think that didn't fit more than black and white didn't fit, because it was like the story's unfolding. You see what's happening, and all of a sudden this guy comes in and starts talking about what's happening.
Bernard, I moved up and out of that company, and I don't know why it's so hard for you.
Opal continues her yelling as she berates Bernard with every sentence. He looks deflated as he rubs his head.
I was like, I could just watch and see what's happening. I was like, why are you telling me what he said? He's like, he looks down and looks distraught or whatever he said like that. Like, he seems like he's angry and upset. I'm like, I can just look at his face and see that he's angry and upset. Why are you narrating that he's angry and upset? I don't understand that. But yeah, besides that though, then there's a flashback, and I guess they wanted to show like the good old days because they've been married for a while, and so I guess they used to work there together, and they said that like he really wasn't worried about any females, but then this black chick walked up, something like that, which was weird too. I was like, "Damn, what is this, a racist movie or something?"
Yeah, I noticed that part. I guess he only likes black.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Were they trying to suggest that he only liked black girls?
Yeah, I saw that.
Or was it just saying like he just saw this black girl and he's really into her, and that's what it was?
That was his wife, and
that was married. I think so. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Yeah.
I just saw the butt part. They didn't show.
They showed like some legs and stuff.
Which I didn't understand. If you're going to show this, describe a black woman, I guess the first thing he went through was the butt part. That's all they showed. We could be reaching.
I'm not even sure at this point, really. But yeah, there's some legs walked up. Yeah, they might have been white legs, I guess, and he still kept working, like whatever, and then but then he saw a black girl, and then he looked up like, oh, hey. So that was a little odd, but I mean, but maybe I don't know if he's into black girls or if he just saw this particular one and fell in love. But
maybe that one particular girl just did it for him.
That might have been the case, yeah. So that was his flashback, and then a little later they show her flashback, and people coming into her office with papers and stuff. She's like, yeah, here you go. And then he came in, and she's like, oh, I kind of
one of those little attractions, I think, that made everything connected together. He liked her, she liked him for whatever reason it may be. Yeah, maybe it had nothing to do with the race altogether. So, but
then they kind of fell out of love, though. Sometimes happens,
Here, look, it's one.
Opal tries to make sense of Bernard's non-rhythm dancing.
1, 2, 3.
She looks deflated and says to herself,
"How in the hell did I get here?"
Married, shackled down to somebody for so many years. No.
No. Well, I have nothing more to comment on that. But, have everybody
they just, kind of just lost their love and things, and it seemed like the daughter liked the father more, possibly.
Yeah, I
don't know if I was reaching for that too, because the mom was all riding her back and things. The mom, like I said, I mean, they play her like she was just a straight,
a bitch,
basically. Yeah, she come in the house looking all crazy, nanny and stuff, looking all sideways to the nanny, like, just get out of here. And I did like though that the nanny was speaking Spanish and he did translations.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that. That irritated me.
You didn't like that either?
I didn't like this part that she was speaking a different language because although they had the subtitles under it all together, but at the same time I'm thinking, why is she speaking a different language and she got a subtitle going up under her, but the mom is speaking to her in English?
Yes,
¿Todo bien?
Yes. Meeting canceled on me, so I came on home.
Sí, entiendo.
Look. Since I'm here, why don't you leave early? I'm sure you have many things to do with your family.
Pero primero tengo que sacar la ropa de la lavadora.
Don't worry about it. I'll get it.
Bueno, ahora...
And but she replies back to Spanish subtitles, and the mom answers her.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, make up your mind what language you're going to speak in.
That's true. Yeah, technically that would never happen. Like if she's speaking that fluently in Spanish, she's speaking that fluently in English, and they gotta keep talking back and forth like that. Yeah, that would never happen.
And
like,
I kept reading the subtitles.
Yeah. The reason why I say I liked them was just because it was like a little extra to do to a film.
Yeah,
like, you know, like
I didn't mind
sometimes
that
people
at all.
just make a movie. I mean, you're just gonna make a movie and everybody talking English, no captions, whatever. But took the time to have this woman speaking in Spanish and put the caption under. I appreciated that fact.
Yeah, that was.
But
great.
I also agree with you though. I was like, why even? I think he just did it just for the because he could. Like, you know, like I got a Spanish actor, I'm gonna put her in here with some captions. And it's gonna be really cool. But just disregarded the fact that no one's gonna actually have a dialogue back and forth that long, where one speaking Spanish, one speaking English, one speaking Spanish, one speaking English. Yeah, because like just to be able to comprehend that so quickly, like boom, I know exactly what you said. Now here's what I'm saying in English, just like that.
Yeah, well, that takes some time to type all that up in there.
It does. Yeah, that's why I commend him on that. I think that was awesome that he took the time to do the captionings for the Spanish and kind of gave it that extra little dynamic really at that point.
Yeah. Now he used to live in Cleveland, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
He moved out of Cleveland and stayed where he's at now. So, but he's familiar with the Cleveland area.
Yeah. Well, shout out to if it was Darryl, right?
Darryl, I believe the guy's name was
Cleveland to Michigan, huh?
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
Okay.
McCullough, if I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
He's been doing films for a while. He contacted us, I believe, and asked to check out his film. That we did. It is a black and white film. It was pretty good for on a black and white level. It's about an hour and 30 seconds, 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm sorry, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Check my notes.
The film was.
Yeah. Still, I don't know if he was like just only into black girls or what, but
that was a trailer we saw though. That clip we're talking about was a trailer we talked about. I think that's a long version of the film actually.
Oh yeah, I watched the whole film.
Okay.
And what I saw was Bernard. That was his name. Yep. Yeah, I wrote down that he was getting his ass dogged hard.
yeah, well.
Oh man, poor Bernard, man, he was getting chewed out, boy.
He got no loving in the bedroom neither.
No, none, zero. Yeah,
it was cold as ice there.
It sure was. Yeah, he like tried a little bit, like maybe reach over, and she's like, go get them gifts and do this and do that. I mean, she was cool. She vicious, boy.
Guys, if you got women like that, you may have to seek some type of help,
some therapy, some help,
some kind of professional help.
Domestic violence hotline.
But she did a number on him.
She went in on him, boy. He tried to get some love, tried to get a kiss, a hug in the bedroom, like you on the couch. I think she even threw him a blanket with a little bow on it, like it was a Christmas gift.
Oh, jeez, that's not good.
Like, Merry Christmas, mother.
Altogether, I'm a little bit of a fan of the black and white, but too much black and white can be a little irritating.
I made a note about that too. One problem with black and white, what I saw what happened in this was that towards the end, there was a part where it's supposed to be like there's this doll he set out there for Christmas.
Yes.
And then it's supposed to be morning. So like if you look really, really close and carefully, you can see that it's kind of dark and then it gets a little brighter. And then the young girl, Holly maybe or something like that was her name, she walks into the scene and now it's next day it's Christmas. But it's almost so hard to tell because it's in black and white. So when you see this, like it's a little darker, shadowy, and then it's lighter. Looks almost like the same exact shot.
It changed in color, didn't it? Did it not?
No? In the very beginning, it changed color. For some reason, in the very beginning, it was in color, then it went to black and white.
But it changed in color.
The dial,
too,
though, changed too, though.
I thought it changed in color at the end of the film.
Maybe, because I know the dial did. The dial started flashing colors, and she was like, what's wrong, and I don't know what that was even about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm still curious about. Like, why was this dial flashing, and what was significant about it? Was there anything significant about it? She said it was like Christmas.
Okay.
She said the dial represents Christmas or something. And
I guess they're going to have to watch the film and get an idea.
Yeah, they have to try and figure out
about.
what the heck that was going on there because that was odd to me. And I guess the dial was given by the dad, by his mom.
Okay.
And, she said that she tried to give her daughter a black dial, but she wasn't even messing with that black dial. Should I forget that black dial?
Well.
You remember that part in there?
Yeah, I remember that part. Yes, I do. I quite remember that part.
Man. So yeah, it was a lot of race in there, which is cool.
Yeah, there was some touch of race. It could have been taken either way depending on how narrow-minded.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the point was exactly, but I mean, I appreciate people bringing up race and things. It was interesting dynamic because when you see it starting out, you're like, oh, I guess he wants to push this interracial dating type of thing, which is fine to me. I don't care, but. That's what I thought was the point at first, possibly. But then, as you watch, she chewing him out so viciously. I'm like, my goodness. Then next thing I know, she's talking about how she want her hair natural and stuff. Like, why you stop, flat iron your hair or whatever you was doing, permanent or whatever. She said, I like my natural hair. That's my blackness.
And that's pretty much what goes on in real life, though.
I guess so.
Somebody's got a woman like that.
Yeah.
Ain't me. Somebody's got a woman like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't really happen. I just, she just. I don't know. And they had the little mammy cookie jar thing for some reason.
Yeah, I forgot. So you're bringing back memories now. I didn't write down every single thing. And I'm sure everything he had in the film pretty much had a little reason behind it. And the old ancient mama cookie jar there. I'm like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute. Now, where's he going with this here?
Yeah, that's what I was kept trying to figure out. Like, what's going on here?
But I was not offended. I just saw that ancient mama was always in the scene in the shot, no matter where the camera was at. Yeah. You saw ancient mama here, or in the middle. So I'm like, ancient mama's got something to do with this particular scene that's going to come up. And sure enough, she opened up the cookie jar, and who ate the last damn cookie?
She pissed off about the cookies. She pissed off about a lot of things.
Yeah. She
pissed off about life, pretty much. I mean, it looked like. She was riding him because he didn't have the promotion. He didn't get a promotion yet from the job. Like, what's going on? Like, I moved up in that company so fast. What you doing and stuff? And that's the one time I was glad it wasn't a black dude she was with.
She probably got her butt kicked, and vice versa. He probably got his butt kicked. But once again, it was a film that had some issues all the way around and had some problems that the family was going through.
Yeah,
the little girl wasn't too sure about what was going on. You can tell that she was a little upset on some levels. Dad tried to smooth it over every so often. You can tell he was going through some issues, and you can tell that the wife was just a plain bitch all the way around. So,
Yeah. So I guess the point was just to say that we lie about Christmas. Basically.
We lie about Christmas, about Santa Claus, by getting gifts and what we bought. And then I know I do a little bit of lying, just a little bit of lying. When people say, "What'd you get me?" "Oh, I got you something. I got you something." I run out and go look for it. But yeah, this was all about that little small lie that is there not a Santa Claus with some drama mixed inside of it.
And the truth is, there is no Santa Claus. I said it.
How dare you?
I know he did walk in when he was like putting all the little gifts out and stuff. He had his little Santa Claus hat on. When he was
maybe that's why you don't get no Christmas gift.
I think that's probably why.
Yes, that's probably. I'm telling you exactly. There is a Santa Claus.
As long as you believe that.
I believe there's a Santa Claus.
The gifts come. Yeah, I think it's all about belief.
Yeah, I believe there's a Santa Claus. I just don't see him on a regular basis. Only once a year. Mm-hmm. But wrapping this up, what do you think about the black and white version of the whole film altogether? Would you prefer to see the film in black and white or done in all color?
I'd like to see it in all color. I'd like to see it minus that narration. And I think it will be better and more solid there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so take out the narration and turn it to color. And I like to see it like that. I think it would be a little bit better. I mean, it was a decent movie. It wasn't bad,
I like the black and white. I thought it was interesting. It was a different pace. I will agree there was a little too much black and white. But what's too much? Either you're going to get some from the beginning or not enough at the end, or whatever the case may be. But I felt this film could have used a little more drama to it, a little more excitement to it.
You don't think the woman provided enough drama that
no, I mean, it just moved it right along. It
wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot going on too much. Yeah. And that's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just that you basically have to sit there and watch. I felt like I was watching, looking in somebody's living room, seeing what was going on in their family. Yeah. Whether that's what he wanted you to have or think, I don't know. But if it is, he made his point across on that.
Yeah, it might be. That's why I say that. Yeah, I don't know if this was really worth being a movie. Really, and I say that with not to be harsh or any kind of way like that, but it seemed like it's a good story to talk.
It was a good storyline
to have a conversation about, but not so much to make a movie out of. Because when you talk about story and you talk about movies, it needs some kind of excitement, some kind of drama, some kind of suspense. Yeah, something that really can draw you in and have you really glued to that screen and really watching it.
But going on to Darryl, I think that's the filmmaker's name. He did a pretty good job on it. He's a writer as well as a filmmaker, also I think a novelist too or something. So he writes books, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So he did a pretty good job with this film. It's just for us, we like to see action, drama, scenes, cutaways, and the whole filmmaking process. Not that you didn't have it. It's just that it was more of a one single camera, single shot one person here, one person there, and so forth. To my good buddy Kenny, you did a wonderful job. Thanks very much for keeping me in contact with what you're doing.
Yeah, I think they had some different shots in there a little bit, some angles, kind of.
Yeah,
I can't remember really.
Aunt Mama was in there a couple of times, so I can't cut her out.
They had some close-ups and stuff. For some reason, she drank that big old glass of milk. Oh, because the cookies probably. She wanted to have some cookies and milk and all that.
So if you ain't got a cookie with your milk, then
pretty pissed off, and she was angry, man. Then
no, she wasn't angry. She was pissed.
Yeah, angry.
Can we say
pissed,
piss on TV?
I don't know. We said it now, so
the editor will cut that out. He'll do a beep. Can we get a beep every time we say a bad word? Can you do a beep on that?
Pretty cool. Can
we do a beep? Oh, good. Let's do a beep. Every time we say a bad word, I want to hear a beep. So just beep everything we say right now. But wrapping this up before we run out of footage, I thought the film was okay. What did you think?
It was okay. Yeah. I mean, it was average. Yeah. I would like to see more out of it because I think it was well done for the most part. It wasn't a horrible film. They took their time to get some good shots and things. And storyline was okay. Scripting was okay. Dialogue was decent, but I just would like to see it kind of unfold in a more successful way to really. I felt like I really got something out of it. Really magnificent. I think it was that damn doll. If I could have found out more about why this doll was significant, that could have really helped.
Yeah. I agree with you on that too. When they showed the doll, I couldn't understand.
Damn thing was glowing. It was like sitting there glowing in color while everything else was black and white. And then nothing really happened with the doll though. Like then it didn't start dancing. It didn't transform into something else. It didn't. So
he kind of dropped the ball on explaining in a little more details what the doll was about. But I will agree with you on that. I forgot about that doll part. Well, I guess we just have to watch the next part. I get the impression he likes making black and white films because I saw another clip of his that he did a black and white of. And so that seems to be his favorite thing to do, make black and white film, which is fine.
It's his signature then, I guess. That's his trademark signature, black and white films. My final question about this movie was it Holiday Lies? Is who ate them damn cookies?
No.
It happened twice. At the beginning of the movie, the mom was really angry. Somebody was in that dish, they were eating them cookies. The daughter said it wasn't her, but there was cookie crumbs on the couch, though. Then the second time she said it was Santa Claus, right? Yeah, but obviously we know it couldn't have been Santa Claus. I wonder if it was that little doll.
It could have been a doll.
Maybe the whole point was that this little doll sitting around eating cookies and glowing and all that, right?
So you think the doll was glowing because he ate the cookies?
I think so. It was happy. Cookies are good. They're delicious. So
that was a long way for that joke. That was a very long way. I had to pack my bags for that joke. That was a very long way to get that joke.
But I'm always glowing when I eat cookies, though. So I think that's what was happening with that doll. So we solved the mystery then after all. Man.
Well, okay, I'll go along with that. The doll ate the cookies and it was glowing because he ate the cookies. Although he didn't explain the reason why the doll was glowing in night or day, whatever it was. There was a reason why the doll was glowing. Maybe because the cookies that the doll ate. We'll go along with that story.
That sounds good to me.
Until we told otherwise. Yeah. I hope to see more work from him and more work from everybody else out there. And if you got something, please send it in to us. We'll be more than happy to check it out and talk about it.
Yeah, and if you watch it and you figure out why that doll was glowing and what the heck was going on with that, the significance of it all, please post, comment in the IFS Facebook.com/IndieFilm Screenings. Let us know why that doll was glowing. Thanks. Good night and God bless.
Adios.